Power up your academic English. Mastering phrasal verbs for analyzing data. Hello, English learners. Welcome back to our series on advanced English vocabulary. Today, we're focusing on a specific set of phrasal verbs often used in academic settings, especially when analyzing data. Understanding these expressions will not only improve your English skills but also your capacity to express complex thoughts and ideas. Let's dive in. Phrasal verbs are unique to English and are a combination of a verb and a preposition or an adverb. They often take on a completely different meaning than the words might suggest individually. For instance, look up to doesn't involve any actual looking up. Instead, it means to admire. In academic English, these phrases can be particularly powerful for expressing precise ideas or arguments. Now let's jump into the main part of today's lesson. We'll be covering some common phrasal verbs that are often used when analyzing data in an academic context. 1. Break down, to separate something into parts. E.g., the scientist broke down the data into several categories. 2. Sort out, to arrange or separate items or information. E.g., before analyzing, you need to sort out your data. 3. Boil down to be summarized or reduced to. E.g., the argument boils down to the interpretation of the data. 4. Factor in, to include or consider something. E.g., when analyzing the results, you need to factor in the margin of error. 5. Draw upon, to use information or your knowledge of something to help you do something. E.g., the researcher drew upon the data to support her hypothesis. 6. Pore over, to look at or read something very carefully. E.g., the student pored over the data before writing his thesis. Remember, context is key. The same phrasal verb can have different meanings depending on the situation. Always pay attention to the context. Knowing the meaning is just the first step. Now, let's practice using these phrasal verbs in sentences. Take a moment to think about a recent project or assignment you had. Try to describe it using at least one of the phrasal verbs we learned today. How did you break down your tasks? Was there anything you had to factor in to complete your project successfully? There you have it. Those are just a few of the phrasal verbs that you might encounter when working with data in academic English. By understanding and practicing these phrasal verbs, you're well on your way to enhancing your English language skills, particularly in academic contexts. Keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, learning a language is a journey, not a destination. Stay tuned for more English vocabulary lessons.